Hi guys, I'm back with a new painting and this is speed paint, and I'm painting something very very important to me. I'm painting Jesus, yes, because Jesus is king. So here I started off just painting it, yellow, because I honestly just planned to just do this without no reference photo, nothing. It's gonna just be my interpretation of what Jesus looks like to me, basically. So I hope you enjoy this video, and thank you guys for the support. If you're new here, I'm an artist, obviously. I paint all sorts, but yeah, I'm painting Jesus for today because why not? So right off the bat, I've already started with the hair as well, and I don't know why I put that blue thing there, but I just went with the flow with this painting. And then I'm gonna start with the face. So I started off with the eye, and yeah, I didn't use any guidelines. I just went straight in with this painting because it just felt natural to do so. So I used the Artisan paint, and this was like scarlet red. Oh my days. Currently, as we speak, it's run out. So, but it was worth it for this painting. And I just went in with a big brush and I blended it in and stuff like that. Because I don't know. I just know I did that. And then I did the eyebrows. Then went top of the head. Stuff like that. Then I went with a darker colour. So I used blue. Even though it looks like a purple here, obviously it's gonna mix. Yeah. Because I was defining the facial features. So yeah, with the idea in mind, I obviously wanted this picture just felt natural to make Jesus have a big nose, big lips, because that's just how I felt it just felt natural to do so. And yeah, see, I'm already defining the details here, going with another, well, this is a lighter blue, it's cerulean blue, and then obviously I'm blending it in, and then I go back to yellow, a lighter color, and I just kind of just blended it in there, and then I just went back to the scarlet red over here, and it's just, yeah, so I just went with the flow of this painting. I just did as I felt like it was right, so I didn't have any, as I said before, any reference. I just did as I pleased, and yeah. So obviously I'm just adding in the lighter part, contrast. So I added in yellow for that. As you will see in this painting, I only used about 3 colours, and it was the primary colours. So red, yellow, blue. And I always do that when I do colourful paintings anyway. So if you're wondering what I used, that's what I used. And then I went with a flat brush. And yeah, I think I used a brown actually. This is burnt sienna, if you're wondering, this colour right here that I'm using. And yeah, I just thought it was nice touch to it, so I just added the colour, and I thought it was cool. Actually, fun fact, was this Chrisman red? I don't even know. I think this is actually Chrisman red, sorry, my apologies. It just looked kind of brown in the beginning, but yeah, so I went with the Chrisman red. but I just love how it turned out. And like, I'm excited for you to see how it turned out, because I'm going to post it today. You know, that's going to be so exciting. So this is kind of how I paint, guys, if you're wondering, obviously. Wow. So yeah, I'm good. I'm like defining detail a bit in the lips and then going back. I use this the dry brush method as well. Like, so I didn't really, sometimes I did wet my brush, sometimes I didn't, and I just went with like the dry brush to like blend it and stuff. Actually, I don't know what I did, but you know, something like that. So then I'm painting with blue, and yeah, I used my finger because there was paint on there, so yeah. And you know, to make a contrast, then I went with some blue over here. I think it's just what I've learned from my last painting that I've done and I posted. There was like, I don't know why, I just like love the contrast. And yeah, I did wet my brush, so that's why you see the thing dripping. The dripping effect wasn't intentional whatsoever. It just happened. So, okay. This part is when we're gonna get more in depth with the hair, because in the Bible it said that his hair was like wool, and well, I didn't really, okay, the only thing that stood out to me when it came to like the depiction of Jesus was like something about to do with his eyes on flames, but you know, I gave a spoiler, whoops. Not really a spoiler, but you can look it up, like what Jesus looked like in the Bible. But yeah, I just wanted to do that. So then I went back into the eyes, because I feel like eyes is really important. Like if you're painting something and the eyes don't really look that good, boy, just throw the whole thing away. Actually no, just try your best to make the eyes look snazzy. And obviously adding in white, I really love adding in highlights. That is literally one of my favorite parts about painting. It's adding the highlights. It just makes the painting pop, and it just makes it look so nice. I don't know, man. And yeah, I'm doing that thing like with the painting. I usually do that like the cross thing. Something I went like discovered in like secondary school. So yeah, so I'm painting. I think they added in some orange. Even though I could mix yellow and red, I just wanted to use the tube. And some artists might say, don't paint from the tubes, you know, mix colours, which, you know, is a good idea, but I didn't really care, so I just used the orange tube. Obviously, when I've added in a light colour, I have to add a dark colour. So that's exactly what I'm doing now, because, you know, contrast and stuff. So that's what I'm doing here, and then kind of blending it here. And then I add the crimson red again on top. So you just like play around with the colours and, you know, paint how you feel and see how it turns out, because that's the freedom of painting with a bunch of random colours. Not really random, just primary colours. Just play around with it, just have fun with it. That's exactly what I did here. And yeah. And then boom. Okay, so with the eyes, like I said before, I wanted them to be like fiery flames. So with his eyes, yeah, I was trying to do that. Of course, it would look better once I retouch it again, but obviously worked on different stuff after a while. I think I was, oh yeah, defining the face again and stuff like that. I think the thing is why I depicted him in different colours is because I felt like Jesus was beautiful, and you know, people are having this debate about what race Jesus was. People are like, oh, Jesus is being whitewashed, oh, Jesus is black. So instead of that, so you can't really argue with it, I just used multiple colours. So you can't say anything on this painting, bro. The only thing is that I felt like the features were meant to be big lips, big nose, because I technically draw a lot of people that way anyway. So obviously I'm comfy, I've got my bonnet on, you know, don't judge. And yeah, I'm working with what I got and stuff. I'm using the back of the palette paper as a palette. Like, not the actual paper palette, just the back of it. I don't know whether anyone noticed, but yeah, just nice to point out. So obviously I'm going back and making the hair look curly as possible. Now, I'm not the best with painting hair in general, but I gave this one a go. And yeah, I think trying to use as much as the blue as possible. You know what I've just noticed? I did not use black once in this painting. And that just shows you don't actually need to use black. Like, you can use blue to make things like a darker color. Like, so if that's something that you've learned today, just learn that you don't actually need to use black for your paintings. So obviously trying to squeeze out as much paint because it's running out all my days. And then boom. So white highlights. White is not a colour, it's actually a shade. I had to point that out just in case. And then I think I used ultramarine blue because most of my blues were running out anyway. So if you're wondering what colour that is, that's ultramarine blue. And I haven't used much of that colour, so that's exactly why, yeah, that kind of colour shift. I mean, it's not like I hate ultramarine blue, it's just I prefer the, I can't pronounce it, but it begins with a P. A Pathalo blue? Whoops, if I pronounce that wrong, please correct me in the comments, I don't know. So obviously I'm doing the contrast, as you see. Underneath the neck is going to be dark. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, maybe I should have imagined where the light was, but I just was like, yeah, screw that. Everything I've learned from reference photos and replicating them, just put it in there. So I'm going in with it. I probably should have used cleaner water and changed it, but I couldn't be bothered. And yeah, I've probably been speaking way too much, but there's a lot to talk about with this because it's my biggest painting ever, guys. That is a big deal to me because I've never really painted in this big scale before. But all I'm gonna say is that it's really, really fun, and I feel like people should give it a go. Don't be afraid of a big canvas. Just go for it. Just splash the paint on it. So yeah, I'm working on the eyes currently. And yeah, I still haven't looked up what it meant. I heard somewhere that his eyes were like flames or something. Like, okay, what did Jesus look like? I'm asking Google. Like, oh my days, but it doesn't matter, I guess. I painted the eyelashes white for some reason. I don't know why, I just thought that'd be cool.